Hey guys, your girl got lashes on today. Woo! I need to turn off something. Hold on. Oh no, it's fine. Okay. In this video, I want to talk about dating. Specifically, online dating. Because that's pretty much where it is these days. Most of us are super busy, which makes it hard to meet anyone. And most of us are wired to want to date, mate, cohabitate, and potentially create some babies. I got one!
Aww.
When it comes to picking a partner, I don't have the best taste. So I am not going to tell you how to find love because I don't even know how to do that myself. But I'm going to talk about some ways to stay safe while doing it. If you're going to be swiping and meeting total strangers, you might as well practice safe swiping. And while you're at it, save everything. Learn from my mistakes. My son isn't a mistake, but you get it. Tip number 1, always meet for your first date in a public place, preferably during the day. Your date does not need to pick you up from your home or your place of work. You can drive yourself. Mind blowing, I know. And when the date is over, they don't need to walk or drive you home either. Again, stranger danger. They don't need to know where you live. Tip number 2. First few dates, try to stay away from alcohol or drugs or anything that would limit your inhibitions on said dates. One of the hardest things to live with is regret. And you wonder why I'm single. Okay, because you don't need someone taking advantage of you unless that's what you want. I am not judging if you are a consenting adult. What you do with your body is up to you. Number 3, let a family member or a friend know where you are going and with who and where you are going to be on your date. And if you're extra paranoid, which I am, you can have your friend or family member call you during your date because text messages can be easily manipulated. So make sure they hear your voice, talk to you, check up on you. Just take a moment for yourself and let your safety buddy know what's up. I would take it as far as letting your safety buddy know your date's name, their phone number, share the photos from their dating profile, like make sure they know who you're out with. And if you're extra paranoid, which I am, who's texting me? I'm filming. There are apps that you can use that are free or paid to track someone's cell phone number with your friends or safety buddy. Find My Friends is a good example. On the flip side of this, once your date has your cell phone number, they can use Find My Phone for iPhone and Find My Device for Android and be able to see where you are at if your location services are on your phone, which is a little scary. It's scary. But don't you worry, because I got your back. Tip number 5 fixes this. Why not just create a free Google Voice account? It is free. They can message and call you just like a phone number, and you can block them just like a phone number. But they don't got your number. They don't got it. Number 6, social media. If you are only using Facebook and Instagram for personal use, make it private. No one needs to see it but your friends and family. Private that sheet. Don't add anyone you don't know to your social media. They don't need to know where you work, who your friends are, what you like, where you frequent, where you work out, until you trust your potential future lover. Access denied. And this is even crazier, but you shouldn't use any photos or selfies that you have put anywhere on social media on your dating apps. I'm gonna tell you why. All they need to do is take those images over to a Google image search and put them in, and they'll find anywhere they're linked to. So if they were on Instagram, they'll show your Instagram. If they were on LinkedIn, they will show your LinkedIn. Just with this harmless photo, they can probably figure out a lot about you. It's so scary, I know. That being said, this is one of those tips that you can use in your favor and reverse it and take their images and put them into a Google image search and make sure that they're not married or whatever you're gonna do. We are to number 8, and that is to not give someone your full name. First name is good, they don't need to know last name. I'll tell you why. At least not right away. Again, I'll tell you why. If your date is trying to get your first and last name before your date, run. With your first and last name, they can easily find your social media, where you work. And if they know where you work and what your job is, they probably can figure out your salary. Potentially where you live if you own property. And how much you paid for said property. Any legal proceedings, divorce, lawsuits, things that you've been involved in. Your first name for a first date is enough. Just like you're enough. Just want you to know that. Tip number 9 is personal protection products. Pepper spray, taser. I have this little alarm that I carry that if I pull a cord, it'll probably cause hearing loss. That being said, you shouldn't carry any of these items unless you are willing to use them and comfortable handling them. Personally, I think a really good place to start is a self-defense course. And talk to your instructor about these things and see what they advise. And lastly, tip number 10, trust your instincts. Just because you agreed to a date doesn't mean you have to complete it. Usually it is a good idea to talk on the phone before a meeting, but even that isn't foolproof. If you are on a first, second, 10th date with someone and you are getting a weird vibe and you feel uncomfortable, make an excuse and leave. You can always set up a backup plan with your safety buddy where they text you with a fake emergency and I have to go. When it comes to dating, you are the priority, not someone else's feelings and ego. We done did it, and I hope these tips helped. I personally wanted to make this video because I don't think online dating is bad, because you can meet a creepo at a coffee shop, not just on the internet. So we just have to be smart in general. If there is any helpful advice or feedback that you want to give me and others, leave it below. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz, notification bell, blah, blah, blah. And feel free to stalk me on social media because everything in my life is already out there. Everybody already knows everything. You guys know all my dirty laundry, and there's a lot and it stinks. I got only one thing left to say. Bye.